Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome. Let's continue with the Hometown Romance series. When both of them began to feel the same way, they realized that love doesn't care about class or background. A few days later, after being put in her place, the young engineer became noticeably more reserved. She could barely look at the client and no longer seemed to enjoy her work. Even passing by Sisi made her nervous. "Okay, we need to talk," Sisi said calmly. Even though she still disliked the woman's earlier flirting, she noticed that it was affecting the work, so she decided to speak with her privately. "We still have to work together for a long time until the project is finished. I may have been too harsh earlier, so I want to apologize. I just wanted you to focus more on your work. I'm sorry." Seeing this, the young engineer smiled, but misunderstood the situation. She thought the apology came from personal feelings rather than professionalism. In reality, Sisi had already made it clear it was strictly about work. "Who could be angry with you?" the engineer replied, her confidence quickly returning. "I was upset before, but now I'm fine." "That's good. Then focus on your work," Sisi said calmly. "I'm full of motivation now," the engineer added cheerfully, smiling brightly. "Get back to work," Sisi replied. "I'm so glad you accepted me," the engineer said before leaving. Left alone, Sisi sighed and muttered to herself, "My type is someone who wears a fertilizer t-shirt, so please stop flirting with me." However, the engineer spent the rest of the day smiling proudly, completely misunderstanding everything. Sisi wasn't sure if apologizing had been the right decision. Even if it improved the work, it made things awkward. Maybe next time she should bring her wife along to clear up any confusion. Meanwhile, Clau had started settling into her old house in its new location. Even though they had just moved in, the neighbors were already getting familiar. One of them, a pretty young woman, brought a small gift. She was the daughter of the man who sold the land. "We just got back from visiting relatives. I brought you some salted fish. I hope you don't mind." "Thank you very much," Clau replied warmly. They chatted about her plans, growing rice, digging a canal for fish farming, planting fruits and vegetables. The neighbor admired her lifestyle, and Clau promised to share the harvest someday. But before their conversation could finish, the loud horn of a luxury car interrupted them. It was Sisi. She kept honking repeatedly, clearly irritated. Clau frowned slightly. "What are you doing? You'll disturb the neighbors." "The neighbor brought us salted eggs," Clau said with a smile. But before she could finish, Sisi snatched the package and kicked it away angrily, sending it flying across the yard. It was a good thing they went inside before arguing, otherwise the neighbors would have heard everything. Sisi's voice trembled with jealousy and hurt. "Tell me, what did I do wrong? I look at you with love no matter what, but others don't. I don't care how they see me, I care about you. If someone thinks badly of you, it hurts me. I just don't want anyone to see you like that. Please try to understand how I feel." Her expression shifted, part guilt, part warning. "I know I was harsh. I'll try to change, but don't get close to other women." Clau could only smile awkwardly. Silly girl. Sisi shot her a look, picked up the cat and walked straight into the bedroom, locking the door behind her. Her jealousy came from fear of losing Clau. Now that they lived in a new place, surrounded by new people, she worried someone else might capture her wife's attention. She knew she wasn't always easy to be with, and that made her even more insecure. Later that night, she slammed the closet door loudly. "Hey, close it carefully. Put on your pajamas," Clau tried to joke. Bad idea. Sisi, already in a bad mood, hit her with a pillow several times. But Clau stayed calm. She gently grabbed her wife's arm, pulling her down onto the bed and pinning her playfully. "I was just being a good neighbor. I wasn't thinking about anything else, but if it makes you uncomfortable, I'll stay away." Sisi still pouted. Clau smiled softly and said, "I love my wife more than anyone." We'll continue with more spoilers in the next part. Take care and don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.